Hello, we are back with our interviews of the season 666 cast of the Boulet Brothers Dragula. I am now joined by the glamorous and deadly Aurora Gozmic. Aurora, welcome and congratulations on making it to season 666.
Thank you so much, Ian. I'm so thrilled to be here with you.
Of course, of course. And I have to say, you look fabulous today. How are you?
Thank you. I'm doing well. I actually have to bring something up with you. I
Oh,
heard that you don't think I can move very well.
now hold on, wait a minute, and that's when we're in the cauldron, and it's just you and me, and there's a one-on-one, and I'm like, I didn't say you couldn't move. What I said was I want to see how she can move.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I can't move very well.
Well, we love a queen who is honest about their abilities, but I'll be real with you, and I'll go into a little.
Yeah.
When I saw the Meet Our Monsters video, I got a little sneak peek of it. I was gagged. I was gagged because one does not appear like that unless there's two ways. And like I said, either can't move or knows exactly how they're going to move, and every single movement is calculated. And there's a real strength in that.
Well, thank you. I would definitely say that's the answer. That's what it is.
You're like, that's exactly what I was
Uh-huh.
going for.
Yeah,
Right.
for
You're like,
sure.
tell me more about myself. Awesome. Okay, well, so for all the new fans out there, go ahead and introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about your drag.
Yeah, so I'm Aurora Gozmic. I'm from Chicago. I've actually been here now for almost a decade.
Wow.
I'd say that my drag is it's glamour for sure, but there's always a little bit of an edge to it. I draw a lot of inspiration from the past, a lot from the 80s, and, even earlier than that as well. But I try to always incorporate, a little bit of an edge, a little bit of a darker aesthetic to it.
Perfect. Love it. So, what inspired you to compete on the Boulet Brothers Dragula?
Honestly, I've been a fan of the show since season one, and I'm like, well, why the hell not? Can't I? Like, I can do this. Like, regardless of what people might think of me or on the show, or if, they think I'm too glamorous or too pretty. I'm like, that's one of the tenets of Dragula is glamour.
Hmm.
I'm like, so why not try out for this show? And, look what happened.
Look at the results. Look at the material. It's
I
funny
mean,
when people insinuate or assume that someone is too glamorous to be on the Boulet Brothers Dragula. I'm like you said, one of the tenets of the show is glamour. Like there's not only is there room for glamour, I think there's room for glamour to completely thrive.
yeah.
And I'm glad to see it on the show.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look at the Boulets themselves. They are glamour. Like they're also just like so glamorous.
Hello? Hello? I mean,
I'm like, exactly.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Are y'all trying to read right now? Because I know you don't want it.
I'm like, don't come from others like that, please.
Exactly. So, what inspires your drag personally?
Personally, I draw a lot of inspiration from the music that I perform. I like
Okay.
to do a lot of like Queen. I'm a big Freddie Mercury fan. I literally have him tattooed on my arm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a lot of like new like wave 80s music, a lot of fashion from that time period. I love like a bold print. I mean, inspired by fabrics and stuff because I do make a lot of my own costumes as well. So it's just like whatever inspires me in that moment will become a drag number or a look.
Love it. Love to see it. So, what can we expect from this season in general from the Boulet Brothers Dragula season 666?
Season 666, I will say probably is one of my personal favorite seasons. Not just because I'm on it, but because like we really brought it. We brought the looks, we brought the drama. I mean, there is everything that the fans love about Dragula. This season even amps it up to the next level.
Wow.
And as a fan, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. We're crazy.
Oh my God. I'm so excited. This is the first season that I'm going to get to experience as a fan, and I just can't wait. Like everything that I have heard, everything that I know, and just from what I've seen already, I'm like, I'll mirror that. Y'all
Yeah,
ain't ready.
they're not ready.
Oh, so let's dive into horror a little bit outside of the laboratory. If you were in a horror movie, how quickly would you die? Or do you think that you would live long enough to be in the sequel?
So I would love to be like the Scream Queen, the final girl. I would love to be that girl. But to be honest, I'm too much of a slut. So I would be gone immediately. I'd be like one of the couples like having sex with like in a cabin and everyone's like, get out of there, the killer's in there. And I'm like, oops.
Wow, you're hiding from the killer, and then you're bloop, 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 your grinder's just going off, and you're like,
I'm like,
"This is how I
shit,
die."
shit, silence
Oh my God. All right.
it.
Well, so okay, dying first, but having a good time while you're
But
dying.
looking gorgeous and having a great time while doing it.
And
Yeah,
how many people can truly say that?
honestly.
All right. So, what's your favorite horror movie?
So my favorite horror movie is actually Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay.
The original when,
Hmm.
love is the killer. The vibes for me of like 1980s slasher flicks are just the epitome of,
Immaculate.
and I just love camp as well. So I'm like, I don't know if you're trying to be campy, but it's hilarious.
It's so funny to talk to other queer people about their definitions of camp because generally there's a pretty, we all generally agree. And then you meet someone like you who are like, "Yeah, I love Friday the 13th. It's camp." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're at a camp, but I totally feel you." I mean, there are so many horror movies where I'm like, "It's camp." People are like, "This is giving depression. This is giving
You just watch a
this."
bunch of people get killed, and I'm like, oh, it's hilarious.
Exactly. I'm like, you just wouldn't get it, okay?
You don't get it.
All right. So what's your favorite horror movie kill then?
My favorite horror movie kill. Okay, House of Wax, Paris Hilton.
Oh, yes, yes.
Honestly, one of the most iconic. I mean, it's kind of fucked up that they used Paris Hilton to like advertise that movie, like watch Paris Hilton die. But
Hmm.
honestly, her kill scene is so good. Just her
Yeah.
sliding down the pole very slowly after it goes to her head.
I mean, that is definitely camp, like absolutely. And it's weird. Like I think when we look back on films like the House of Wax remake, or even, there's so much discourse about Jennifer's Body, we're
Yeah.
recontextualizing those movies now as adults and being like, "Oh, this slays. Like this is
This is actually
amazing."
so good. Like Jennifer's Body as well. Like those movies made me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so let's get personal.
Okay.
What do you want to be buried with? And specifically, pick three items that you need to survive before you enter the laboratory for the first time on season 666.
Okay, so I would want to be buried with my cell phone because I'm perpetually online, even in death.
Hmm.
Probably a lipstick, red,
Okay.
and because a red liquid lip for me is my staple in drag.
Love that.
What else would I want to be buried with? Probably all of my drag because no one's getting it after I die.
You're pushing it, Aurora. You're really pushing the boundary of this one. Perfect. So let's see. Let's talk a little bit about previous seasons of the Boulet Brothers Dragula. What is a favorite look from any competitor on a previous season?
So previous season. Okay, I know that it wasn't like as draggy as the Boulets would want it to be, but Victoria's Alien was probably one of my favorites of all time.
I have to agree with you there. I mean, I remember when Victoria brought the alien to set, and I just thought, are we at Universal Studios right now? Like, what are we doing? Like, what did you make this? She's like, yeah, I made the whole thing. I'm like, okay, got it. It's iconic.
Visually, I just remember that so well. That like seeing like the silhouette of her coming out and just like holding the belly. I was like, this is so iconic. And I just knew that she
Yeah,
was that girl from that point on.
absolutely. Now, we talked about favorites, and let's go to the other side of the coin. What is a look that you cannot stand from any competitor on a previous season? And don't hold back. Everyone's getting the same treatment here. Feel free to let it rip.
Okay, so immediately that comes to mind is Mary Cherry's Marshmallow Man.
Stay puff forever. Yep.
I just like I didn't get it. It was kind of crazy.
Remember, drag is art and art is subjective, but you did just go on record saying that it is your least favorite look from the entire franchise. So thank you, Aurora. That is the end. I'm just kidding. But yes, absolutely.
No, yeah, that's up there. That's up there.
Yep. I think I think it's pretty up there for a lot of folks too. Okay, so what extermination from a previous season would you just kill?
Okay. Honestly, if I could jump out of an airplane,
Oh,
would be so iconic.
okay, okay.
Just
I
because, like, I mean, who gets to do that really? Like in full drag, jumping out of an airplane? And I'm scared of heights. That's like
oh.
here. But like I would do it.
So what's an extermination from a previous season that you would rather die than do?
To be honest, the ice bucket one that y'all
Oh,
did.
really?
Being cold? No.
Wait, you're
No.
from Chicago.
I'm
It's cold
actually
all the
from
time.
Michigan. That's where I'm from. I'm from Michigan where it snows all the time.
Oh, got it, got it. So you're trauma bonded to your heels.
No. I just I cannot be cold. I
Oh
hate
my. Well, we'll get you like a big like mink stole and we'll see. We'll see how
yeah,
it
big
goes.
fur, just very
Ooh.
glamorous, very
Mm,
country.
absolutely. Okay, so let's move on to an easy one. Well, for some people, who is your ultimate horror icon?
Okay, that kind of goes with my like favorite movie. I would say Jason.
Okay. He's a
Yeah,
classic. I mean, absolutely. He's one of the big three.
and like there's something so scary about some like a killer that you just can't kill.
I think there's also something really scary about a drag killer. I mean, Mrs. Voorhees shape shifting into a 6'5", I
Yeah,
mean, hunk of man.
yeah.
Let me know. All right.
Let me know.
So, speaking of horror icons, I think that you'll be right at home with our next little game here. We're gonna play a quick game of classic movie monsters and horror icons, this or that.
Okay,
So I'm gonna present two horror icons, and I don't want you to pick one or the other. You ready?
okay. Yep,
All right. Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees?
Jason.
Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers?
Oh, Michael Myers.
Oh,
I
okay. Michael Myers or Leatherface?
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers or Pinhead?
Ah, Pinhead.
Pinhead or Pennywise?
Oh my God. Okay, Tim Curry or the new one?
I'll let you pick.
Okay, Tim Curry. We're gonna go with Pennywise.
It's hard to not choose Tim. I mean, if Tim Curry or anyone, honestly,
Literally.
an icon. Okay, so Pennywise or Chucky?
Pennywise.
Pennywise or Ghostface?
Oh God. Ghostface.
Ghostface or the Xenomorph?
Ghostface.
Ghostface or Maxine Minx?
Oh my God. Maxine.
Yes, that's our girl. That's our Hollywood. She's a
Yes.
star.
She's a
Uh,
star.
Maxine Minx or Art the Clown?
I'm gonna stick with Maxine.
Maxine Minx or the Nun?
Maxine.
And the final round. Are you ready?
Uh,
Maxine Minx or the Boulet Brothers?
the Boulet Brothers. Is it your
Oh,
question?
all right. So we have one more question, and then we are going to wrap things up for
Okay.
tonight. If you had to pick one of your fellow season 666 competitors to sacrifice so that you could survive in a horror movie, who would you leave behind?
Well, I think there's too many people from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry, Scylla. I'm tripping and I'm leaving you.
Scylla, I'm so sorry. I'll let Scylla know when we chat that you specifically said their
Yeah, you
name.
can tell her. It's fine.
Hopefully she'll understand. Okay. Well, Aurora, thank you so much for joining us. This has been an amazing interview. I cannot wait to see what you do on this season and how things shape up. But before we go, where can fans find you on social media?
So you can find me at Aurora Gozmic across all social media platforms.
And for all the fans out there, make sure to tune in on October 1st for the season 666 premiere of the Boulet Brothers Dragula on AMC Plus and Shudder. Thank you so much, Aurora.
Bye.